Okay, can you see the slide? All right. Okay, in chapter 6, I already teach you about the project scheduling. Di mana, okay, for the project scheduling, normally we using a critical path method. Okay, and then I only teach you on what activity or not only. Okay. So that's mean not represent activity. So you still remember in the box for the activity we have 8. We divided into 8 section. We have early start, and then if early start, that's mean at the end of the box early finish, and then at the middle is a identification number or symbol and so on, and then the second row we have select time, and then after select time there's a description of the activity, and then the bottom of the bottom row on the left late start, and then on the right late finish. Middle is a duration. You need to calculate based on forward analysis and backward analysis. This is critical path method. And for that method, we only consider estimated time. Let's say activity A, 10 days. Activity B, 3 days. 10 days and 3 days is an estimated time. We estimate that time. We forecast that time. So of course, when we forecast, maybe right or maybe wrong. It depends on the implementation. So that's why we have a risk. So how to manage a risk? Why we need to manage a risk? Because all the activity, all the time for each activity based on our estimation, based on our forecast. Okay. So if that time is accurate, or that time is right, so that's mean we don't have any problem. But if wrong, I mean here is something that we mentioned about 3 days, but we cannot finish in 3 days. Maybe because of the weather, because of the labor, and so on. So we have a risk. So in chapter 7, I will teach you how to manage a risk. Okay, risk in Malay risiko. We don't want any risk in our project. Okay, risk is something like it's not good. So we are now in chapter 7, managing risk. Okay. So what the risk? Risk is an uncertainty, something like we didn't know, is it correct or not? Is it good or bad? Something like that. Uncertainty. Okay. So because of that, we need to manage. We need to manage properly. Okay. In order our project can be finished based on plan, based on planning. Let's say we plan for the 3 months. Because of uncertainty, so we are not sure whether we can complete in 3 months or not. So this is a risk. So in order to make sure we can finish in 3 months, so we need to manage that risk. What are the possible risks? And then based on that possible risk, we try to plan something. We try to mitigate, okay, in order to overcome that risk. Risk is a problem. Okay. Okay. So something like this, project life cycle. The line below, yeah, because we just start the project, the cost is very low at this point. But when we proceed the project, the cost is increased over the time. Yeah. Okay, let's say you handle the project to you need to add more cost. And then when uh, when time goes, so you need to pay for the salary and so on. So you need to add more cost, you know. So okay, that's why if you see here, eh, for the project life cycle, the cost is normally low at the beginning, but at the end, the cost is higher and higher, and the highest one at the end of the project, because therefore that means the total cost of the project. And then we talking about the risk. At the beginning, you facing very high risk because you just start the project. You didn't know what happened in the future. When time goes on, the risk is getting lower and lower because what? Because your project almost complete. You know? When your project complete, you have any risk. Or if your risk is very small risk, you know. So this is the graph for the cost and also the graph for the risk compared to the project life cycle. And then what the benefit to manage risk? Because risk is something is not good. So you need to manage. If you did not manage, so this is give a very bad result for your project. Let's say you know you have problem with your workers. So if you didn't manage that one, so you cannot finish the project on time because you have problem with the workers or you have problem with the material. Let's say your project is house renovation. So one of the material you need a cement. If you didn't manage cement properly, maybe because of the shortage of cement and so on, so your project cannot be complete on time. So this is the risk that you predict. When you predict that one, that means you need to overcome that risk. What are you going to do? Maybe you buy a lot of cement and you put it in the store. Okay? And then you can use at any time because you already have a stock of cement. Okay? So this is. Then reduce surprise and negative consequences. Reduce something is bad. You can reduce something is not good. Because if you have a risk, that means you not feel comfortable, you know, because maybe you will shortage of material, you will shortage of workers and so on. So you're not feeling very well. So in order to overcome that one, so maybe if you know you have a problem on that, let's say in terms of a material, so you buy a bundle of cement and then you put in the store. Then when you going to use, you just take from your store. It's to reduce the risk. Okay. Or in terms of workers, make sure you use uh, qualified workers or the workers. If you use a foreigner, make sure you have all the equipment. These are valid workers. So if you use it's not valid workers, maybe from time to time, uh, immigration people will be maybe it's going to happen that maybe one day your worker will be with and then will be because you use an not valid workers, no. We don't have any document and so on. So you have a risk. So to make sure you overcome the problem, so make sure you use a valid workers. Okay. And then a risk management benefit is to provide better control over the future. So if you know the risk and you already prepare how to overcome that risk, so I think your project must be, yeah, you don't face any problem in the future, you know. So this is the benefit of the risk management. Jadi the step in the managing the risk. The first one, you identify the risk. Okay, what the risk that identify the risk that's something like you need to forecast, you need to predict what are risks will be happen in your project. And then when you know the risk, you assess the risk, you analyze the risk. You write the risk to identify is it this risk uh, is a big risk or small risk or medium risk and so on. Okay, and then when you know the risk, you already know the status of that risk. So prepare some mitigation plan. Mitigation plan that means something to overcome that problem, that risk. Okay, so and then the lastly, you need to monitor, you need to control your uh, program, okay? The risk identification, to identify the risk assessment. This is the method to assess the risk. This is not included in your syllabus, but you only need to know what the method only. Okay, so I didn't ask you explain about all this method, I didn't ask you what the Pelham effect analysis. What you need to know. Pelham effect analysis is one of the technique for risk assessment. Okay. Yeah, and then I think this is the method. Okay, I just you no need to understand because you only need to know the method only. This is on. This is not in your syllabus. And then the next is risk response development. That's mean you develop mitigation plan. A mitigation plan is something to overcome that risk, something to overcome the problem. Risk is something related to the problem. So how to overcome the problem in your project? To make sure your project on time, or finish on time. Okay. So this is risk response development. So you need to do a mitigation plan and so on, mitigation plan and so on. Okay. Okay. And then lastly, you need to control. You need to respond. Risk control. Control that means you need to make sure you didn't face the same risk in the future. You didn't face same problem in the future. Because you already know this is the problem you face now. You're facing now. So you plan something to overcome this problem. And hopefully in the future you didn't face the same problem. Because you know the to control that risk. Okay? How to control that risk? Okay, in the future you didn't face this type of risk anymore. This is the risk. Okay, and then I think this is the the process to manage the risk. Okay, and then benefit of the managing risk. Okay, I think I already explained just now. Okay, so before we proceed, second part in chapter 7. Class, you still with me?
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah. Okay, just to let you know, basically this is a week 8. So we have a class in week 8. It's supposed to be semester break. So sorry about that. And then next week, week 9, week 9 next week, we still have a class. But week 10, we we don't have class on week 10. Because I outstation for the whole week. I worry about the internet and so on. So we have a class this week. And then next week on this one 6. Next week on 13, you still have a class. Okay, on 13, but on 20, you don't have any class because I will be outstation for the whole week. So this week we have class, next week also class, and then in week 10, your class on 20th of December. So we don't have any class on 20th of December. You understand? Hmm? Yeah. So we have class week, we have class next week, but the following week don't have any class. And then we will have test. You only have one test. We will have test. I plan to. Okay, with now week 8, week 9 class, week 10 class. Then we have a test in week in week 11. Hmm?
Okay, Doctor.
Okay, but because you have two sections, no? Session 1 and session 2 at different time, can we have our test? Do you have any time to? Is it possible we have test at night, just 1 hour? Possible? Because it's very hard to have to because we have a session 2. So for this test, we need to do it at the same time. The class is different. So the only way that we can do it at the same time at the night. Do you prefer our test at night, 1 hour on week 11?
Yes, nighttime also can, Doctor.
Okay, just 1 hour. Okay, let's we start at 9, finish at 10. So I will give you the scope for the test one later on, and then okay, I will discuss with section 2. So we have our test on week 11 at the night. So let's say, can we do it first? 1 hour only, and then can we do our test in 11? Okay, can we our test 28th of December at 9 p.m. Are you okay? Okay, 28th of November. Are you okay on 28th? Hmm? Class?
Okay, Doctor.
Okay, we do it at 9 p.m. At night. And then the scope for the test one, I will let you know later. Normally 1 hour, 3 questions. And then all the question, all these 3 questions is subjective. I mean, you need to describe, you need to explain, and so on. Don't have any calculation. So in our first, we only have one test. Test on 28 December, 9 p.m. until 10 p.m. So maybe I give you. I will post the question using our group WhatsApp. And then I will give you 5 minutes to read the question to understand, and if anything you can ask me. 5 minutes, and then after that you can start for the test for 1 hour. Let's say we start and they give you 5 minutes to read the question from the WhatsApp group, and then at 5 past 9, 9:05 we start our test, and then we finish at 10, 1 hour. And then I will give you another 5 minutes to sort out everything. To take, because we have 3 questions, so you to combine all the question in one file to make it PDF file and so on, and then you upload in the e-learning. So normally the test about 1 hour 10 minutes, because 5 minutes at the beginning to understand the question, and 1 hour, and then 5 minutes at the end to sort out your answer. Made in one all the question in one file, PDF format and so on, and upload in the e-learning. Go for the test one. Okay. Class, is it clear?
Doctor, we just type the answer or need to handwritten.
Yeah, handwritten. Handwritten, and then actually, okay, I plan to give you 3 questions. One question, 20 minutes. Question number 1, let's say for example, please explain what do you understand? What does it mean by project management? Let's say something like that. Okay, please explain. What do you understand by project management? So you need to explain to me. Let's say the marks is about, let's say 10 marks. Let's say you need to explain. You need to explain one by one. What do you understand with the project management? What the purpose? What does it mean by project management? How the project management can help in managing project and so on. You explain. So just saying, and then when you finish, let's say 1 page. No. I think 1 page is good enough. 1 page, and then for the second question, another page. And then for the third question, another page. And then when you finish all together, you take a photo, question 1, question 2, and question 3 in one file, and in PDF format, and then you upload in the 5 minutes to do that. I think it's plenty of time. Okay? So basically, the duration of the test is not 1 hour, but 1 hour 10 minutes. Answer directly without no need to read. Okay, sorry, something wrong with our line. Okay. Okay, are you clear on how we handle your test?
Yeah, doctor, can you extend a little bit more? Because 5 minutes to scan and compile to PDF and then upload.
Yeah.
5 minutes
Yeah.
short. Can you
Okay.
extend a
Something
bit
like
more?
this. Something like this. Okay. Your test is 1 hour, but I give you 1 hour 10 minutes. 5 minutes at the beginning. That's mean you need to read the question, to understand, so on. 5 minutes. But if you want to answer straight away, no problem. Answer. And then let's say we start at 9. So officially you start at 9:05, because 5 minutes at the beginning is the time that you need to read the question and so on. So we start officially at 9:05. So we will finish at 10:05. 1 hour. And then I give you another 5 minutes to take a photo. If you have 3 pieces, 3 pages, to take a photo all the 3 pages. Let's say question 1, 1 page, question 2, 1 page, question 3, 1 page. So 3 pages. You take all the photo for all 3 pages and then make it in one file. Okay. Okay. Question 1, question 2, question in one file in PDF format. And then upload in e-learning. Handwriting, handwriting.
Okay, doctor.
Understand? Okay, so our test on 28th of December at 9 p.m. And then next week we explain to you the scope for the test. Which chapter for the test. I will explain next week. If I forgot, please remind me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see the slide? Can you see slide? Can't see. You can see or you can't see? Eh? Oh, cannot see. Okay, I think something wrong with our line. Okay. Okay, I left first. I join again later. Okay, can you see the slide?
Yes, doctor.
Class? Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, so in order to manage a risk, so in project management, we have one technique in order to overcome all the risks. The technique we call it PERT, P-E-R-T. Okay, PERT is the technique to overcome all the problem in managing project, in scheduling project. So PERT is stand for Program Evaluation Review Technique, PERT. Okay, so PERT is a technique to overcome all the risks all the risks that happen uh, 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 during to managing the project. Okay, so PERT stand for Program Evaluation Review Technique. Okay, basically this technique almost similar with a critical path method that I already teach you in chapter 6. But the difference is PERT is based on normal distribution. If you take the subject static, you're familiar with normal distribution. Normal distribution in form of bell shape, yeah, bell shape. So at the middle is our target, PE, our target, and we have a plus minus standard deviation. That means, for example, we have 90 plus minus 0.1. So 90 is our target, and then we have plus minus 0.1 at the minus 0.1 or plus 0.1. So this is a uniform series, bell shape here. You see figure B here. So this is the difference between CPM, critical path method, that I already teach you in chapter 6, with the PERT in chapter 7. Why they introduce PERT? Because we have a risk. In order to overcome the risk, so this is the technique how to manage if we don't want any risk in our project. Okay. So because we have a three type of time here, we have a A, we have a B, we have a M. M is our target, A is a minus, B is a plus. Okay. All right. Something like M plus minus 0.1. That's me, A minus 0.1, B plus 0.1. So because we have a three type of time, so we need to identify the average. So in a simple word, for the PERT, for the CPM that I already teach you in chapter 6, we only have one time for one activity. Let's say activity A, 5 days. Activity B, 10 days. There is one time only. One type of time only. But in PERT, we have three type of time. A, M, dan B. A is a median, most likely time. And we have a minus A and plus B. That's mean like, for this project, normally it takes about 10 days. But minimum we can finish 9 days. Maximum we can finish 11 days. That's mean 10 plus minus 1. So that's mean 10 is a M, 9 is a A, 11 is a B. So if we can summarize 10 plus minus 1. So M is a 10, minus 1 minus 1 is a A, plus 1 is a B. So this is the difference between PERT and CPM. CPM in chapter 6, PERT in chapter 7. Why they introduce PERT? Because they want to overcome all the problem. In this case, the problem is a risk. So in order to overcome the problem, so we determine we not stick for the one type of time. If we stick for the for one type of time, that means we don't have any clearance. Let's say we mention about, okay, I will do this job in 3 days. That means by crook, you need to finish in 3 days. That is chapter 6. But because it is a risk, to stick on that 3 days, but we didn't know what happened in the future. So for the safe side, we mentioned, okay, normally we can finish in 3 days, but it is plus minus 1. That means if something okay, so we can finish in 2 days, minus 1. If something happen, we can finish in 4 days, plus 1. But our target is 3 days. M. So this is PERT. Okay, you understand the difference between PERT and CPM? Chapter 7, chapter 6. Plus. Okay, so based on this type of time, M, A, and B, you need to determine average, TE. TE is a T average time. average time equal to A plus for M plus B. Then divided by 6. But why 6? Why 6? Because you see here, the ratio here, 1 for 1. 1 for A, 4 for M, 1 for B. That means 1 plus 4 plus 1. That is 6. Easy to remember, you know. TE, average time, that means A plus 4M plus B divided by 6. Why 6? Because 1 for 1. Okay. So A is an optimistic time. That means the minimum time you can complete the activity. Let's say for the painting, let's say. Okay, you're going to paint the wall of your, when you do a renovation, and then you need to paint that wall. So you mentioned about the painting process takes about 10 days. This is chapter 6, 10 days. No, by hook by crook, you need to finish in 10 days. But it's very risk. Maybe rainy and so you cannot do the job. You don't have any job. You don't have any material and so on. For the safe side, you mentioned about 10 days plus minus 2. That means either we target on 10 days, but can be minus. That means minus 2, 8, can be plus 2, 12. So that means for the painting process, between 8 to 12. Minimum 8, maximum 12. But our target on 10. This is our target. But we cannot mention 10 because what? Because very risk. We don't have any, maybe in the future we don't have anything happen. So so for the safe side, we mention 10 plus minus 2. Plus minus 2, that means 10 is a M, minus 2, 8 is a B, is a A, plus 2 is a B. So that means, and then based on that, we need to find TE. T is the average, A optimistic time, that means minimum time. B pessimistic time, that is maximum time. M is a most likely. In CPM, we only put one value, that's M. But if we put M, very risk. By hook, by crook, and it happen, we need to complete on time. But if we have a range between 8 to 12, so there's a range. So our risk is, we can reduce our risk. If we can work faster, we can finish on 8, on 9, or our target on 10. But if something happens, we can finish on 11 and maximum on 12. So we have a range between 8 to 12. But our target on M is a 10. Okay, you understand the part? The concept almost the same with the chapter 6. But in chapter 6, we only put one type of time. That is M. Painting, 10 days. Cleaning, 3 days. Finishing, 4 days. Only one. But in part, we put 3 type of time. Optimistic, pessimistic, mostly. Optimistic is a minimum. Pessimistic is a maximum. Most likely is an average. And that's the only difference. The rest almost the same. Okay. And then we need to calculate standard deviation. Okay. Standard deviation, that means B minus A divided by 6. Okay. So standard deviation for the activity. We need to find each activity, standard deviations. Same thing with the TE. TE we need to find for each activity. Then standard deviation for each activity. And then standard deviation for the project. The square root summation of standard deviation for each activity squared. Okay. So you need to remember these 3 formulas. Formula for TE, formula for standard deviation for activity, formula standard deviation for the project. Okay, so I give example. Okay, any question before we go into this example? Yeah, okay, example. Okay, this is activity 1 to 2, 2 to 3. That's mean from the activity 1 to activity 2. Let's say if you not confused, just put A, B, C, D, E, F. Alright. Okay, if the slide with you, is a printed slide with you, please change 1 to 2 is activity A, 2 to 3 activity B, 3 to 4 activity C, 2 to 4 activity C, 3 to 5 activity D, E, and F. Okay. So this is time A. Time A is a optimistic, time minimum. Time M most likely. Time B is pessimistic time maximum. So what you need to do for each activity, you need to use first formula here, this one, to determine TE for each activity. So for the first activity, for the activity A, 17 plus 4 multiplied by 29 plus 47 divided by 6. Is it correct 30? Can you have a calculator with you? Is it correct 30? 17 plus 4 times 29 plus 47 divided by 6 for this formula. Is it you get 30? Can you calculate?
Yes, correct. 30.
Yes, correct. 30. Okay. And then you need to calculate standard deviation for this activity. That means B minus A divided by... Okay. Can you calculate B minus A divided by 6? Okay. What the answer? B minus A divided by 6. This second formula. For 5. Is it 5? Correct, 5? 47
Yes,
minus
35.
17. 35. Okay, and then this is the standard deviation for activity. Okay. So, okay, and then if you want to find the standard deviation for the project, so you need to square, That means 5 squared is 25. Okay, and then activity B, 6 plus 4 times 12 plus 24 divided by 6. So you get 13. Okay, and then standard deviation B minus A, 24 minus 6, 18, okay, divided by 6. You get 3. 3 you square, you get 9. Okay. C. 16 plus 4 times 19 plus 28 divided by 6. You get 20. This is the average time. And then standard deviation for this activity, B minus A, 20 minus 16, 4. 4, is it? Oh, no, sorry, 28 minus 16. 28 minus 16, 12. 12 divided by 6, 2. 2 squared, 4. Okay. Okay. This one, 13 plus 4 times 16 plus 19 divided by 6. So you get 16 for the TE. For the standard deviation for this activity, 19 plus minus 13, 6. 6 divided by 6, 1. 1 squared, 1. Okay. And then TE for this, 2 plus 4 times 5 plus 14. Divided by 6, you get 6. And then 14 minus 2, 12. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 2 squared is 4. Okay. So this activity, 2 plus 4 times 5 plus 8 divided by 6 is 5. And then standard deviation, 8 minus 2 is 6, divided by 6 is 1. 1 square is 1. Okay. So based on this, okay. So when we draw the cash flow, when we draw the net worth, we use this time only, TE. So, and then when we use a TE, so the rest is the same with I teach you in chapter 6. That means duration in the box. You have eight portion, 8 section in the box for the activity. So the first row is early start. At the middle is identification, and then on the right is a late start, and then there's the middle row, second row. On the left we have slack time, and then for the second and third row, identification, and then for the bottom one, on the left we have a late start, on the right late finish, at the middle is a duration. Duration we need to put TE because TE is represent A, N, and B. Alright, and then TE here is like I teach you in chapter 6. They have one value only, T. Let's say activity A, 10 days, 10. Here, this is the TE represent A, M, and B. So the formula is A plus 4M plus B divided by 6 to get TE. Okay, you understand? Class?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, all right. Okay. So this is this example just now. Okay, example just now. This is when we this example just now. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F. So here, time here is TE. Here. We need to put A, M, and B because we already calculate TE. TE represent A, M, and B. That means TE equal to A plus 4M plus B divided by 6. So when we have a TE, just put TE here. Duration here. And then the rest calculation almost the same. We calculate forward analysis. If we calculate forward analysis, so that means 0 plus 30, 30. And then, okay, 30 move to here. 30 plus 13, 43. And then 30 also move here. 30 plus 20, 50. 50 move here. 50 plus 6, 56. 43 move here. 43 plus 16, 59. So here we have two, either 56 or 59. So for the forward analysis, we choose the longest one. So 59 plus 5, 64. So 64, that means the duration of the project. And then we bring down 64, and then we do backward analysis to determine the late start and late finish. So that means the duration of the project is 64. 64, that means at the middle here, our target. Okay, so based on calculation, this project will be finished in 64 days. And then I will ask you, because 64 days is based on TE. TE here. Basically, each time we have a range between 17 to 47. But we calculate TE, we get 30. B, between 6 to 24. but we calculate TE, we get 13. Same thing here. We get one number, 64, but 64 here, basically, they have a range. Because all activity have a range. So let's say I ask you, supposed to finish at 64. What the possibility we can finish the project in 67 days? So in order to calculate the possibility we can complete the project in 67 days, so we use this formula. Basically, there are 4 formula you need to remember. Okay, the first one, second, the third. This is for the third. Z equal to TS minus TE. TS is our target just now. This one, 67. 67 minus TE. TE is 64. Estimate time. And then divided by the sum, the square root of the square root of summation of standard deviation. So we need to total out standard deviation here. 25 plus 9 plus 4. 25 plus 9, 34. 34 plus 4, 38. 38 plus 1, 37. 37 plus 4, 41. 41 plus 1, 42. Okay, so can you calculate Z for me? Z equal to TS minus TE. TS, our target 67 minus TE. TE 64. Okay. Okay. So TS minus TE. 67 minus 64. So 67 is 3, right? 3 divided by, okay, standard deviation here. Okay, standard deviation here. 25 plus 9 plus 25 plus 9, 30, 34 plus 4, 38, 39, 39, 40, 44. Is it correct? 44 total here. Can someone calculate for me? And then square root here. Square root 44. You get it? Square root here. Okay. And then TS minus TE. TS 67. 67 minus TE 64. That means 3. 3 divided by square root standard deviation just now. Can you calculate for me, please? What is it? What do you get? .0.05. Okay. Okay. Positive, right? Positive 0.4. Is it correct? 0.4. Okay. In your test, I will give you the detailed Z table. But now they only give you 2, 1.5, 1. So you get almost 0.5, right? Nearly 0.5, right? And then this is the probability. So that means probability to complete in 67 days is about 69%. 0.69, that means 69%. So normally, because you have a range, so in order to fit the date, to fit to make a confidence, so normally based on your average, this project takes about 64 days. But in the range actually, if you see the data here in the range between 17 to 47, between 6 to 24. So that means 64 you get here, TE. Then originally, TE is supposed to be have a range. So if we put a range, C7, so the question is, how many percent this project can be finished in 67 days? So you calculate Z value here. When you get Z value, you just referring to this table. I will give the complete table in your final exam. And then you if you plus, just now you calculate nearly 0.5 plus 0.5. So plus 0.5, so probability is 0.69. 0.69, that means 69% this project can be complete in 67 days. Let's say you get minus 0.7. So you here 0.15. So that means this project, the chances the project can be completed in 67 days is 4%. Or maybe you get, let's say you get 1.5 plus. So 1.5, the chance of it to complete in 67 days is 93%. So this is the Z value. This will show that how to overcome the risk. So we use PERT. Because PERT, we have a range of time. We didn't fit to one type of time only. For the chapter 6, one time only. By hook, by crook, we need to finish in 10 days. But in this PERT, we have a range. Yeah. So you have a time to finish between 17 to 47 days. For example, I give you a project. You ask me, okay, when to submit? I mentioned to you, you need to submit, let's say today, 5th, you need to submit 10th of December. That means you don't have any choice. By hook, by crook, you need to submit to me on 10th of December. This is chapter 6. But I give to you, you can submit to me between 8 to 12. 8 December and until 12 December. That means you can submit to me on 8, on 9, on 10, on 11, on 12. This is PERT. That means you don't have any, you don't have any range. Huh? You have range. Okay. If you finish early, you can submit to me on 8. If not, you can submit to me on 9. And then normally, you can submit to me on 10. But if still not finished, you submit on 11, on 12. That means your range between 8 to 12. But normally on 10. If I give you 10, that's in chapter 6. If I give you between 8 to 11, this is chapter 7. Okay, you understand? Alright, so I think we finished chapter 7. I think, and then I also provide to you additional chapter 7, but I think this additional chapter 7 maybe it's not, because this slide they use activity on arrow, you know. So I didn't teach you activity on arrow. I think you can ignore additional chapter 7. So you just focus on chapter 7. I think if you understand chapter 7, it's good enough for you to answer the third question. Now, this is activity on arrow. Your syllabus is activity on not. So please ignore this slide, because it's not in your curriculum. Okay, can we break about 10 minutes? So we meet again at 4:15, All right. Saya tengok Nabila hantar banyak sangat. Kalau melibatkan UTM Smart Internet ya, lulus lah. Saya tengok berpuluh tak larat. Kalau berkaitan dengan sistemnya lulus lah. Kalau berkaitan dengan UTM
Saya
Smart.
tadi dah tengok juga. Dia ada hantar misalnya hari karya kami saya hantar tu, ini dengan salah tu sama dengan saya lah. Tu yang saya lulus tu, tapi minggu besok saya ada yang tak lulus.
Lalu,
Dia tak banyak.
banyak sangat saya pun sanggup tengok. Nanti nak luluskan semua kita dia. Salah. Betul. Okay. Okay, class, can we continue? Okay, I want to discuss about your project because I forgot to check the e-learning but we discuss here lah. Okay. So you have put together 7 groups, right? Based on your last message in our group on 1st November 2021. So you have 7 groups. Okay, can we go through group by group? Okay, group 1, Atika Wante. Atika Wante here.
Yes, Doktor.
Can you open your ni Atika? I want to see your face.
Wait. Pakai tutup.
Okay, pakai tu dulu. Nurul Hani.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, can you open your camera just for I?
Okay, jap.
And then Zanita. Zanita. Zanita not here, right? So group 1, section 1. Group 1, Atika, Nurul Hani, and Zanita. Are you ready? Atika and Hani, also Zanita.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, can you open your camera? Atika and Nurulhani.
I open camera tapi tak keluar gambar.
Tak keluar. Kenapa? Hani, Nurulhani.
Oh, okay.
Okay, alright. So, okay, the other member is Zanita, right?
Alright.
Habis tu Zanita tak ada ke ni? Ada.
Tadi ada.
Okay, so what is your project actually?
Aduh.
So project is about mentor-mentee program.
Apa?
Mentor-mentee program.
So, okay, so mentor-mentee program.
So this event is organized by 4-year student from management technology course, HIPS.
So,
And-
okay, what you need to do, Hani, you need to list down all the activities involved in this project and also the timeline. So, okay, when that program, any date when that program will be run?
29 October to 2020. 2022.
2022. Okay, all right. So, okay, so you need to plan from now, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, then. Okay, so you need to list all the activities, and then you need to
We already list all the activities.
you list all the activities and also time lah for each activity, and then you plan in form of network. Like I mentioned in chapter 6.
All right, Doctor.
Okay, all right. So for your service learning, Hani, what are you doing service learning?
Bersihkan surau.
Right, okay, all right. Atika,
Cleaning study room at College Perdana.
cleaning,
Yes, cleaning.
Zanita, do you know?
Zanita is not around.
Saya rasa dia bersihkan juga, tapi tengok bersihkan apa.
Sebab dia
Alright.
kat Indonesia.
Dia dekat mana?
Dia dekat Aceh.
Aceh. Okay, so group 2, okay. Thank you Atika dan Nurhani. Group 2, Nurul Izzah. Nur Atika. And also Iqbal. Okay, group 2, where is it? Nurul Izzah,
Yes, I
are
am.
you here, Nurul Izzah?
Yes.
Okay, can you open your camera?
Yeah, I'm here.
Nur Atika Alia.
She's not in the class.
Betul. Iqbal?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Tak nampak lah cerah.
So Nurul Izzah, you nak pergi solat Iqbal? Okay, okay, Nurul Izzah, where are you now? In the campus?
Yes.
Iqbal, dekat mana?
Kedah.
Kedah, okay, right. So what is your case study for your project?
Okay, for our group project, we plan to do a career fair.
Okay. So like you need to list down all the activities and also the time for each activity, and then you need to schedule, Okay, program for career fair,
Yes.
So, okay, bila career fair tu?
6 to 10 June 2022.
Okay, alright. And then, how about your service learning? What are you going to do, Nurul Izzah?
I will do cleaning at UTM Lake.
Okay, Atika?
Atika,
Iqbal?
Feeding stray cats. feeding stray cats.
Apa? Tak dengar.
Bagi makan kucing.
Bagi makan kucing.
Ah.
Di mana kucing tu?
Dekat ni lah, Pekan Baling ni. Baling Kedah.
You duduk baling kan?
Ah,
Okay, alright. Okay. Thank you, group 2. Group 3.
thank you.
Group 3, Fazli. Fazli, Arfan, and Akmal. Ada? Fazli Idris. Oh, handsome Fazli ya. Okay. Arfan?
Ada. Ya.
Mana Arfan? Mana? Akmal. So you dekat mana Akmal?
Saya dekat Melaka tu.
Dekat rumah? Kat rumah lah.
Kat rumah.
Apa ni mana?
Ya doktor. Plan doktor. So betul-betul saya teka.
Okay. Melaka kat mana?
Oh Melaka dekat mana? Batu Berendam.
Okay, alright. Apa ni? Siapa ni seorang lagi ni? Akmal. Akmal dah. Siapa ni? Arfan.
Saya.
Mana saya? Mana buka kamera lah. Arfan nak tengok muka dulu.
Tak keluar doktor.
Okay.
Dah buka.
Apalah, malu lah. Apalah. Okay, apa projek you buat apa?
Projek doktor. Projek grup kami nak buat design, lepas tu nak jadikan non-fungible token. Boleh doktor? NFT, non-fungible token. Non-fungible token.
Apa benda tu?
Okay.
Macam mana?
Macam mana doktor? Saya nak cerita macam mana ni? Share screen. Dia macam kita create design, digital design, lepas tu kita jual dekat marketplace.
Design apa?
Dia design ni bergantung macam-macam benda. Contoh macam ada music. Tapi kalau untuk kami buat design art macam lukisan.
Saya nak you fokus satu saja. You fokus satu. And then project tadi must be, you boleh list down all the activity. Macam tu. Saya tak nak 1-2 activity at least. Kan? Ada?
Kalau macam aktiviti macam kita buat
Aktiviti
list
maksudnya-
design boleh ke? Macam tu.
Maksudnya activity macam ni. Activity maksudnya katakan you nak buat contoh you nak buat katakan bus stand, bus stop contoh kan. Pertama you kena ratakan tanah, itu activity pertama. Yang kedua you kena bina dia punya foundation, yang kedua. Yang ketiga you kena dirikan dia punya tiang-tiang sebagainya. 3, 4 you kena buat dia punya bumbung dan sebagainya. Contoh macam tu. Ada macam tu. Kalau ada macam tu okey.
Ada macam tu betul, tapi dia mula daripada sketching, lepas tu kita pindah ke masukkan lab. Boleh tak macam tu
Boleh. Ada berapa aktiviti lebih kurang tu? How many activity?
Saya tak list lagi tu sekejap. Saya approximate tu ya.
Saya tak nak 1-2 aktiviti lah. Nanti you nak schedule susah. At least ada 10 aktiviti okey lah. And then setiap aktiviti tu ada masa dia. You boleh tahu ini berapa hari, ini berapa jam ke, hari ke, minggu ke apa ke ada.
Berapa jam tu ada. Tapi kalau nak siapkan semua mungkin makan berhari lah.
Tak apalah, mana you schedule lah.
Boleh
Mana
tak?
you katakan ada 10 aktiviti.
Mungkin aktiviti je dalam nak kata 10 tu boleh capai 10 sebab nanti kita nak buat marketing lagi semua.
Okay, maknanya setiap aktiviti tu time dia lah apa? Hari ke, jam ke apa?
Dia makan satu aktiviti mungkin makan hari.
Sebab maknanya you kena konsisten lah. Kalau time dia hari, semua hari lah. Time dia jam, semua jam. Tak boleh. Ini minit ni tak boleh. Sebab mudah nak calculate nanti. Boleh macam tu ada macam tu Kalau macam tu ada boleh.
InsyaAllah.
Apa tu ni? Betul saya tak sempat nak tulis. Apa ni? Slow.
Apa dia tu?
Design apa tadi?
Oh, selling design.
Sell.
Jual design. Dalam bentuk NFT.
NFT.
NFT. Dia tulis NFT. Itu
NFT
singkatan
apa?
nanti. Akronim non-fungible token.
Ya, betul lah. Ya, nanti apa benda.
Nanti dalam case study nanti kita orang akan explain.
Okay. And then your service learning apa?
Service learning. Cuci longgang dia tu ya.
Ya, tapi benda tu something contribute to the community. Then you will apply apa yang kita belajar. Mana you kena plan, you kena schedule. Boleh lah. Ada macam tu.
Ada.
Bagus. Okay, you Arfan? Mana Arfan tadi? Arfan gelap. Arfan, you dekat mana?
Bersih masjid.
Eh?
Sini hujan kata.
Di mana tu?
Bersih masjid je. Kat kampung.
Yalah, kat mana?
Kat kampung.
Kat mana?
Geranung.
You buat apa Arfan?
Masjid. Bersih masjid kampung.
You kena plan ada. Saya nak tengok bagaimana you plan tu. Apa yang kita belajar ni. Ada aktiviti, ada masa, ada schedule dan sebagainya. Akmal? Akmal ni? Akmal dah tadi?
Handsome.
Bersihkan taman permainan.
Yalah, sama. Jadi saya nak tengok bagaimana you, tadi item bagaimana you planning, bagaimana you schedule, bagaimana all the activity yang terlibat lah. Okay, Group 4, Anissa. Okay, Anissa. Kindi. Is it Kindi?
Yes, Doctor.
Kindi. Anissa, Kindi and Aina Irdina. Aina Irdina. Anissa, where is it? Oh, Anissa, okay. And then Aina Irdina. Kindi. Kindi nak ya?
Hello.
Mana hello? Hello mana tu?
Wait, Doctor.
Okay.
Diana.
Saya tengok nama si Kindiana. Betul lah you, Kindi kan?
No.
Okay, Anissa, you dari mana Anissa? From where?
Apa?
You dari mana? You
Bandar
I mean you dekat Bandar Penawar ni.
Itu.
Okay, Aina Irdina?
Saya dekat Puncak Alam, Selangor.
And then Kindi ada? Kindi? Ada?
Yes,
Kindi?
yes.
Dia dekat Sabah, Doktor.
Ya.
Siapa? Habis si Kindiana tu siapa? Kindi ke?
Nama panggilan Dr.
Yes.
Kindi.
Apa ni Kindi? Oh, nama penuhnya si Kindiana.
Yes.
Okay, which part of Sabah? Sabah kat mana?
Kota Kinabalu.
Alright, saya fikir Okay, what is your project?
Kita orang akan buat charity event dekat satu kampung dekat Johor.
Okay, so maknanya you need to plan all the activity involved in order you to manage the event. Apa event apa? Charity? Apa you nak buat?
Bagi sponsor lah dekat orang yang susah.
Bagi beras ke macam tu.
Okay, so apa activity involved before you ada event tu? Apa you nak buat?
Macam carikan fund
Cari sponsor dan okay boleh. So saya nak you plan all the activity tadi lah. All the activity tu you list down all the activities and then setiap kita ada masa dia and then lepas tu you kena schedule guna network tadi guna chapter 6 tadi schedule dia. So event tu bila?
Bulan 3.
Okay, alright. So you need to plan from now You kena schedule dia. And then your service learning,
Service learning saya
saya tu siapa? Aina.
Aina. Saya bersihkan study room.
Okay, so semua basically semua on planning ya, tak apalah. Tapi you need to planning ya, benda tu plan, ada activity, ada schedule, and then yelah maksudnya the process tadi you need to plan properly and then you make a video lah dalam 10-15 minit Kindi buat apa Kindi?
Saya buat aktiviti macam buat art lah. Macam mana? Melukis.
Melukis untuk siapa?
Saya ajar budak-budak melukis.
Okay, alright. You, Anissa?
Saya buat bersihkan pantai.
Pantai mana? Desa tu ke?
Balau. Okay, balau.
Dia mute tu.
Saya buat dekat Balau.
Balau? Apa tu? Tanjung Balau?
Tanjung Balau.
Okay, alright. Okay, terima kasih. Bye. Azil. Malini and Chris. Where Hazil? Hazil? She's not here. Malini? Chris? Christopher. Hashim. You from where, Christopher? Oh, Indonesia. You now in Indonesia now? Oh, you can. Which college? Okay. So you Christopher, Christopher, right? You Kahwai Eng, who is it?
Yeah, Hazel. Yeah, tadi like.
Hazel. Oh, your actual name is Kahwai Eng, So okay, what is your project? Malini is not here, Malini?
Malini not here.
Okay, right. What is your project?
Our project is like we doing macam tempat buang sampah tu dekat certain area macam tak ada sistem kan, kita macam buat project uruskan tempat tu, suggest dekat macam authority sana.
Okay, is it you can list down all the activities for that project?
Yeah, we communicate and then we suggest and then we how to organize and then implement the system. Yeah, we can do multiple things.
So okay, when is it your target to what? I mean to because you need to plan from now and then when your target date for that project?
Mungkin next year June.
Okay, so your project is what you mention again? What project you know? I want to
uruskan tempat buang sampah dekat rumah kediaman.
Okay, so your service learning?
My service learning is a volunteer dekat animal shelter.
Okay, volunteer. Chris? All right. Okay, thank you. Group 6. Yuman. Is it Yuman? Lin. Farah. Okay. Farah.
Saya rasa saya seorang je. Yuman dengan Lip Peng tak ada dalam kelas.
Okay, tak apa. Apa your project?
Our project group, we are planning to do a poster competition.
Poster competition?
Yes,
okay,
regarding
bila?
COVID-19.
Bila?
January 2022.
Okay, so you need to plan from now, You
Yeah.
need to look at all the activities, time frame, and so on, lah.
Alright.
So your service learning, Farah?
My service learning is cleaning the playground area of my house.
Okay, right. So, and then the last group 7, Naufal, Farhan, and Paris. Oh, Paris. Ada? You siapa? Paris,
Ya dokter.
Paris. And then the other two, Naufal and Farhan, mana?
They should be here, dokter.
To be here, but it's not here today,
Not yet, I think.
Farhan ada tu. You, okay, Paris, you from Indonesia?
Yes, dokter.
So you are in Indonesia now.
Yeah.
Which part? Where is it?
Sidoarjo, dokter. Near Surabaya.
Oh, near Surabaya, Surabaya. Okay, alright. Farhan, you di mana?
I'm from Tanjung Pinang, dokter.
Tanjung Pinang.
Yes.
Tanjung Pinang di mana? Tanjung Pinang, Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesia near Johor. Only 3 hours by ferry.
3 hours from Johor.
Yeah, from Stulang.
Oh, Stulang Laut using ferry and then 3 hours reach your place.
Yes, dokter.
Tanjung Pinang, Oh, I think. Is it somewhere near to apa situ daripada Stulang Laut tu, Stulang Laut. Apa nama tempat Indonesia tu daripada Stulang Laut tu, from Stulang Laut tu? I remember.
Batam, dokter.
Batam. Is it near Batam?
Yes. If from Batam, 1 hour from Batam.
1 hour from Batam. Okay. What your project? What your group project?
So for our project, basically it's charity for orphanage, dokter.
Okay, so that's mean you going to manage the charity event, right?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. I think something same with the group 4 just now. It's okay, no problem. So you need to list out all the activities and then the time frame, and then you need to schedule using CPM Filsafah method that already teach you in chapter 6.
Okay.
You need to analyze.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Okay, then the service learning.
I want to ask a question, dokter. For the service learning, if later on I change, is it okay?
Can, no problem.
Okay. But for now,
okay, you need to make sure for service learning, before you do a service learning, you need to plan properly all the activities and so on. And then you just take a video, just about 10 to 15 minutes, then send to me that video lah.
Okay.
Faham sama Okay, and then how about Sabah? You have any question? Okay, it's okay. I think it's okay. It's fine. You a charity event,
Yes, dokter.
Okay. How about Sabah? Sabah, you here, Sabah?
Sabah tak ada, doktor.
Ada. Lutfi. Ada. Okay, kalau tak ada tak apalah. Maknanya Sabah dengan Lutfi ni, is it Sabah dengan Lutfi ni still in our class or not? Ni tahu ke? Dia masih dalam ambil subjek ni ke ataupun dah drop ke apa ke? Ada yang tahu? Okay, tak apalah. Kalau just in case you ada contact Sabah dan Lutfi, suruh dia contact saya confirm saya still dalam kelas ni ataupun tidak. Sebab kalau dalam kelas ni dia kena form group lah. Maybe Sabah dengan Lutfi tadi in one group lah. Okay, so I think okay, I think we stop here lah, because we have chapter 8. Maybe I will teach you chapter 8 next week. So can we stop here? All right. So anything, please contact me regarding anything about the project and so on. Because now already week 8, you have another 7 weeks to go before study leave. So I'm sure you're very busy with maybe you have all the project for each subject and so on. So please do it now for this project. Bila you free you buat. Kalau tak nanti you end of the semester nanti you stress because banyak benda you nak buat. So I think for the service learning you can do it now. Because just maybe it takes about half a day and then you just record it and then compile the video and then send to me. The duration about 10 to 15 minutes. You can do it now. With project, you need to plan. I think because you're ready with it, so you're supposed to you already have supposed to be all the draft and everything, all the activities. Just maybe to analyze, to make a to write a report and so on. So it's supposed to be now. You already have all the idea how to carry out the project. Okay. So if you have anything, please contact me lah.
Doktor
Okay,
boleh
please.
tanya?
Boleh.
Boleh saya share screen? Sorry.
Boleh.
Nak tunjuk tu.
Ya, tunjuk apa?
Yang ni guideline kan. Kita orang just buat yang ni saja. Semua definition, project group, scope,
Yes.
and then sini
And then
ada
this is
guideline.
this is the structure of your report.
The structure. So macam ni data collection kita memang nak collect ke atau ini just macam guideline saja?
Saya collect lah data. Data collection, that mean all the activities and then the time frame for each activity. That mean you need to show to me the activities, the time frame, and then based on that you draw network like chapter 7, like chapter 6.
So semua yang ni kena letak ikut section lah, letak dalam ni je.
Mana ni apa yang perlu ada dalam your report and then you letaklah mana-mana dalam section dalam subtopic tu.
Oh, boleh.
Hmm.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Alright. Ada lagi? Okay, so kalau tak ada, kita jumpa next week. Kita lagi kelas next week. Before 20 week tu saya tak ada. So next week, please remind me about the scope for the test. Kalau saya lupa nanti, you ingatkan saya untuk bincang pasal test nanti. Okay, alright. So see you next week. Alright. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah.